Okay, bye, Grandma. I love you too. I gotta go. Is Rob not here yet?
Nope.
What are you reading?
It says if we all hold pinkies together and run at the same time, it grants a wish.
Oh my gosh, have you ever wished that you knew what Rob was thinking during the show? We should try it.
Let's do it.
Sure. Excellent.
We wish we knew what Rob was thinking.
Hey guys, let's have time to start the Golf Kingdom. Max Key Time Traveler. And your hair, you always think it's perfect. Slash, what's happening? And you're not really as fast as you think you are. It's time to start the show. Let's go, Golf Kingdom. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it worked.
What an a**hole.
We gotta fix it. He's about to start the show.
How do we fix it?
I don't know. I didn't read that far.
Oh no.
Gosh, in the studio, it always smells like beef and cheese, and it's way too hot in here. And golly, how many times do I have to tell them to get these little fuzzies out of here? These fuzzies are all over the set.
It says we need to use our thumbs to reverse it?
Perfect, let's do it.
Okay.
All right, we wish we didn't know.
We wish we didn't know. We wish we didn't know.
And where do they get these interns from? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's time to start the Golf Kingdom. Let's bring in our blueprint. As always, we started off with the Build It segment. Yes, we're gonna help you build some stuff to improve your game. After that, we're gonna talk nerdy. Yeah, we're gonna talk about some of the science of golf. And then we've got a strategy segment on course and Big Fish. We're gonna talk about what the golf club is and what it isn't. And as always, we're gonna close with a time to rise. Are you ready? Because it's time to build here in the Golf Kingdom.
Welcome to the #1 golf variety show in the world. Are you ready to build your game? Here's your host, Rob Strano.
All right, let's get after this. It's the Build It segment. I'm gonna help you understand these things when you swing a club. Yes, those crazy arms, they really will screw up a golf shot and they'll screw up your golf swing, especially at impact. So we've got to understand at impact, what do they do and what do they not do? The most important thing to figure out is at impact, they have to be as straight as they were at setup, basically. If they get shorter, look what the club does. It comes out of the ground, and that's where the tops and the thins come from. Now the question is, why do the hands and arms want to come down here and yank in instead of extending through? If I threw a golf club, if I was mad at you and I want to throw a golf club at you, I would throw it like that and extend my arms and wham, it'd go right into the camera and right through the camera into your living room. So it looks like this here. My arms are extended. In the swing, it looks like that. Arms extended here. We call it keeping the triangle, keeping your extension on the front side of the shot. Now, here's the deal. Most players don't do that. And the question is why? Number one reason is that old centripetal force thing. Yeah, I'm going to confuse you with some big words. Centripetal force. Centripetal, CP, center pulling. As your center is turning, as your body's turning, it's pulling your arms around and your arms yank in. Impact. It is not an old Japanese movie where they're killing themselves by impaling themselves with the club by yanking their arms in. That's not what it is. We don't come down to the ball, and as our body turns, our arms yank with our body this way. It's like taking a punch when your arms yank. So as you come down, I see players get to right here, and then their arms make this move, and their arms yank at them, and see how I stand up? It's like someone's punching me in that moment. Go watch someone get hit with an uppercut. All of a sudden, you see them go from here to here. That's what you're doing in impact. We have to stay bent over, and we have to keep the arms extended coming through. Now the question is, how do you avoid punching yourself at impact and hitting bad shots? I want you to start small. Very simple, and we do a lot of this with our players at the Academy. Simple swings, triangle to the right, triangle through, little 9 to 3 swings. Work on feeling this extension. I always say, if you give me an inch or two more of extension on either side of the ball than you have when you arrive, it's a net gain. We're gonna get better, it's unavoidable. So start off small, and when you can do it small, go a little bigger, like to the L here, and extend through to there. Work those different sizes, work them at a speed where you can learn it, and it will slowly travel into your full speed, full swing. So once again, the arms, they can really screw things up. They can jerk the club in, you can take a punch, and you don't want to do that to hit good golf shots. It's time for Talk Nerdy, and I make nerdy look good. Urkel gives us some nerdy stuff, and you know what? We talk nerdy about your golf game, and we're going to discuss how the hips, the torso, the arms, and the club move in the golf swing, and use an acceleration profile graph to help you understand and get it right, because I see a lot of bad sequencing in golf. I just had a player the other day at the academy who was swinging and just driving his legs and hips like crazy, because that's what he'd been taught to do, was get the hips open, get through an impact, get turned, and this player couldn't make contact at all. Now, here's the thing to understand about the golf swing. I want you to think time. The downswing is roughly 0.4 of a second long. Ready? Everybody blink, go. That's how long the downswing is, that fast. So from here to there, 0.4 of a second. There are 4 pieces that fit in those 0.4. The red line is your hips, the green line is your torso, the yellow line is your arms, and the blue line's the club. All 4 of those pieces have to fit in the 0.4 as you start down. So if the hips blow open and move too fast, too long, they eat up this segment here. So this red line would go up to here, and now we've got a problem. We've sacrificed either the torso or the arms. Something's being sacrificed because the hips ate up too much time, or the chest moves too fast and too hard, or the arms move too fast and too hard. That eats up time in the downswing. You've got to know the sequence. It's left knee and hips. Boom. That's all they move right there. Now the torso a little. Now the arms, and then that powers the club in. Practice understanding this graph. The hips spike first, and it's 1/10. Then you've got torso, arms, club. Do that and try to get in sequence, because I get a lot of players in sequence, and they play a lot better knowing this nerdy information. It's the KISS segment, Keep It Simple, Strano. Mwah. Yeah, we're out on the course to keep it simple, and we're going to talk about big giant slopes here. You can look at how I'm standing. This is a big giant side hill lie, and I've got an iron shot into this green from about 115, 120 yards, and there's a couple keys to playing the shot you have to understand. And the key word is, it's a shot. This isn't a swing. The mistake players make is they get in there and they think, oh, I'm just going to take a full swing here, and they don't make any modifications, and they come down and they hit it fat, and it goes off to the left like that, and they're going, uh-oh, I'm in big trouble. Couple key modifications we got to make for these big slopes. Number one, we have to make the club shorter. So on this big slope, I'm choked down about that much. I've made it a ton shorter. Also, I have to understand this ball, if this big slope, is going to want to peel off to the left. So I'm going to aim this out towards the right side of the green and let it peel back to the left, because I'm swinging more around me this way, and you can see the shape of that swing would match the shape of the shot. It's going this way. So it's real simple. I choke down. The club's shorter because the ball's up in front of me a little more. I'm going to aim off to the right. And now from here, I'm going to feel a little more upper body hit and not quite so much lower body. And I'm going to let this ball fly off to the right and come back to the left. Oh, is that pretty? Look at that turn in there. Come on, get close. Oh, I love it. That's the Keep It Simple Strano tip. Mwah, for handling big slopes. Make these adjustments and you won't mess this up when you get it on the course.
If you can find more distance, you get that much more of an edge.
The ball has to perform consistently in every condition.
To gain an edge, I need to see the breaks other people can't.
That's why I play ChromeSoft XLS.
That's why I play ChromeSoft X.
That's why I play the ChromeSoft TrueViz.
It's our putting service announcement. I have 2 fun drills for you to practice at home or at the course to help you work on your speed in putting. One for a little longer putt, and one for where you've just got to hit one of those putts that just gets turning, maybe on a fast downhill green where the ball's going to roll a long way. Yeah, those are the tough ones that you tend to 3-putt because you're not used to hitting the ball a really, really short distance. Here's how you practice that one. I have a little row of balls here. They're exactly a foot apart. How do I know they're a foot apart? Well, my shoe, a size 10, is exactly a foot. So they're a foot apart. How do I practice this? I set up, and I'm going to make this ball bump that ball. So I'm going to hit it and just make it go over there and just bump that ball. I don't want it to do this. We're not playing pool here. We're playing golf. I want it to just barely go over and bump into that ball. So I'm practicing making the ball roll 1 foot. Sometimes you have to make it only roll 1 foot. So you just line them up and you just practice, walk over, get set up and go, I'm gonna make it roll 1 foot. Boom, 1 foot, it bumps it. That one doesn't go far. That'll help you learn how to control this thing and maybe eliminate some of those speedy downhill 3-putts that jack your scores up. Now, we're gonna go a little longer and work on speed. And once again, you can do this outside, but lay a towel down. Just put a golf towel down, and I want you to practice putting balls and making them stop on the towel. You gotta practice speed. Speed is super important in putting. We can have it online, and if it stops right here, that's no good. But if that's the cup and we roll it here, well, that's the right speed. It's a tap and we can move on. So what do? I got 3 golf balls here, and I'm just gonna practice trying to roll them over and stop them on the towel. So I'm rolling it over there. Look at that, that's pretty good, right on top of the towel. So it's just 3 putts. I'm just trying to roll them over there, stop them on the towel. That may be too fast. Ooh, a little too much speed. So if we can get this last one right, roll it over there, stop it on the towel, right next to the other one. Great ways to practice speed here in your putting service announcement. 10 hut, it's strategy time, and this is where we get serious talking about your course, your strategy, and knowing how to play that place. Yeah, you just got there and you just kind of swing and hit the ball and go, look, it's over there, let me swing and hit it again. And you don't pay attention to what's going on your golf course and how to get around it and shoot a low score. Now I'm going to give you some strategy from a recent tournament I played in, and it was kind of a pretty good one. Check out this picture right here. Yeah, it's first place. And we played at a really cool place. It was the Callaway Invitational. Played at Prairie Dunes, which is the 24th ranked course in America. Yeah, it's really, really hard. And what's interesting about Prairie Dunes, and that's what I'm going to show you here, is I'm going to open the yardage book and help you see what I learned real quick in the Pro-Am that helped us win. So here's our yardage book, tournament yardage book. And if we open it up to the first hole I'm showing you here, it's the 5th hole. And it's the first hole where I noticed something interesting was. I noticed we had a big slope drop off here. And when I say drop off, it rounded and sloped off and it was all green. So it was like 10 feet of actual putting green that was at this angle that rolled off into shortcut fairway grass. So it was a big rounded edge. Go to the next image here. And we had on 12, we had a big rounded edge here and a big rounded edge there. So these rounded edges and the back ran off. Go to the next one, 16th hole, a big rounded edge on the right. And then on the last hole, 18, this whole rounded edge, it was this deep. If you rolled the ball on this side of the green, it rolled off this rounded edge down there, and you were eyeball deep flipping it back up on like basically a tabletop. So what did I learn real quick in my practice round? I got to stay away from the rounded edges. So I would look at this section of the green over here. I wouldn't even look at the left side. I don't care if the flag was on the left. I'm going to look at this section and I'm going to stay up here because I can't get near the rounded edges. So 10 hut, strategy. Know your course and know where you can't go and stay away from it. It's the Golf Kingdom and it's fun. And I've got a little trick segment for you here. Everybody's impressed by some of the tricky things that we do as players on the golf course. And I've got 2. One that'll help you to not get hurt and one that'll impress your friends. So what do you want to do first? You want to impress your friends. So silly wabbit, Twixo for kids. Let's talk about the trick of picking up the ball with your club. So if I pick it up and bounce it on the club, just the bouncing part is a hand-eye coordination thing and letting the ball bounce off the middle of the face. But the question is the pickup part. So Bear, move in low here. So when you see me do this low, players will try to pick it up like a scoop like that. It's hard to pick it up like a scoop and do it. What you want to do is you want to watch me do it. I'll go start with the club closed and go around it and pick it up, and there you go. So you're doing this little twist of the wrist right here. See the wrist, the twist of the wrist, pick it up, and you bounce it on the club like that. So practice it without the ball first. Practice going like this and twisting the club, and then make that quick twist, and boom, there you got the golf ball, and you impress your friends. It's really not that hard to learn. You just got to understand it's that move to pick it up, and it's not trying to scoop it like it's an ice cream scooper. Now, the other one that's maybe a little safety information for you is I see players that go to step on their club to pick it up instead of bending over. So they go to step on their club to pick it up. This is the wrong way to do it. Oh, you see that one? You could see the pending doom in that, couldn't you? You don't step on the club to pick it up that way. If it's on the ground, you step from the side to pick it up like this. Are we clear? You do not step on a club to pick it up where it is dead facing you, because it could be dangerous if you miss it. You step on it from the side, you pick it up, and you move along. So there's 2 little golf tricks to help you have more fun and more safety on the golf course. It's time for a mental game, and we've got the cerebral helmet on. Yeah, I'm going to connect you with the earpiece and get mentally locked in. The lights are flashing. Yes, I hear you out there. Let's talk mental game, and we're going to talk how do you get from the first hole to the last hole and not totally fall apart and collapse. It's real simple. It's a simple thought we know as tour players, and this is what I got to get you to think. The first shot of the day and the last shot of the day and the 12th, the 30th, the 45th, the last shot of the first 9, they are all the same. All those shots are the same. Yes, are you hearing my mental thoughts about that? As tour players, we don't view the first shot as any more valuable than the tee shot on 17. Now, the last shot on 18 might have some value for a skin, but we mentally compartmentalize it and go, you know what? This is just a golf shot. It doesn't matter where it falls in the round. It doesn't matter where I am on the course. The shot is the shot. So if I've hit the shot on the practice range or I've hit the shot on this hole before, all I'm doing is doing it again. So get in your brain. Get out of the pressure stuff. Get into your brain that the shot is the shot, whether it's the first one or the last one, and just play that shot. Now stay tuned. We got some more stuff coming up here in the Golf Kingdom to help your game faster than one swing and one putt.
When we think speed, we think about speed tuning every aspect of the new Rogue ST drivers.
Really? I just think about smashing it.
When we think total power, we think of our tungsten speed cartridge.
A what speed cartridge?
I don't know, but I like what it does.
When we think max distance, we think of...
Oh, that's bomb!
With our fastest, most stable driver ever, there's only one thing you'll think about.
Smoked it.
Bombed. See ya.
Think speed. Go Rogue with Callaway, the kings of distance.
Okay, we're back outside on course here in the Golf Kingdom, and I'm at my home course where I grew up in St. Louis, St. Clair Country Club, home of Bob Goldby, Jay Haas, Jerry Haas, Frank Connor, and yours truly, Rob Strano. And one of the cool features of the 7th hole here is this valley and this giant uphill that you got to go up. So on 7, you'll drive it down in the valley here, and my cameraman's going to come down to show you what my view is now. So I'm down here in the valley, and I'm looking up this giant hill to the flag. These uphill shots, these blind shots, are the ones you have a hard time with because you can't see where the ball's going to land. So you start worrying about, oh my gosh, what's the ball going to do when it lands? Maybe it takes a big bounce. What's it going to do? Is it going to spin back? Well, I'm going to give you a simple tip. It's going to land on this green the same way it landed on 6, on 5, on 4, how to land on 8. The key word here is trust. You've got to trust that your yardage is, this one's about 80 yards up the hill. It's a perfect lob wedge for me. 80 yards, that ball is going to hit, take one bounce, and spin back the way it has on all the other holes. So as I hit it, I'm going to get in my routine. I'm going to pick my spot going up the hill, and I'm going to swing. And with 100% trust, I'm going to trust this shot to do what it's done on all the other holes. There's a good shot up the hill, left of the flag. It's going to spin back down the hill towards the hole. So it's all about trust. I got in there and I said, this is going to do what it's done in all the other holes. And you saw I made a good aggressive swing. I didn't baby it. The mistake here would be to get down here and baby it, worrying about what it's going to do, and it lands on that big upslope. You want to get in here and say, this is my yardage, this is what it's going to play, and you hit it and trust it. Once again, set up. A little 80-yard shot up the hill. It's a perfect lob wedge number for me. Here it goes. Well, this one's right at it. Looks good. That's going to spin in there tight. So trust it. It's going to do here what it does everywhere else. You do that, and you have success with the blind shots on the golf course. I got an idea. Let's talk about how to practice something maybe you're not the best at, or a different way of thinking about practicing in order to get something right. Now, here's what I see about a practice area. And we're going to look at a picture in a second, and I'm going to explain it and you'll really see it. The practice area at my academy from end to end is 360 yards. Now, we've got some target greens there, so they kind of break it up and go, I can hit it 100, I can hit it 150, I can hit it 180. But your field of vision is 360 yards to the trees at the other end. So even if I'm hitting at a target green, boy, I want to hit it not only at that target green, but past that target. I want to hit it over that green. Yeah, man, I'm hitting 8-iron really far today. I just hit it at that flag and hit it over that green. So we get in this swing hard mentality. Follow me. Let's look at a picture of a practice area here. And this is a pretty legendary one. This is the practice area at Muirfield Village Golf Club where they play the Memorial. On tour, it's known as one of the coolest, best practice facilities this side of the TPC Stadium course. So it's a circle, okay? You got all this hitting area here and a bunch of target greens. So let's just say you're hitting balls and you happen to be this guy right here. And you're hitting a shot to this green and you keep hitting it thin and fat because you're trying to hit it from here over this bunker onto this green. Huh, interesting thought. Over it, onto it. Trying to hit it over something, onto that. So your tempo and you get tense and tight and fast because I got to get it over that bunker. Maybe you're going to this one over here. There's 3 bunkers and, oh, I got to get over this one here and not hit into that one. And no. I'm going to simplify this target green stuff. Sometimes I don't need you to hit it over and onto something. I need you to hit it to a barrier short of something. So let's skip this one. Let's go to this target green. So let's just say it's a 7-iron to that one. I don't want you to hit it over that bunker onto that green. I want you to hit it short of this bunker. So you're going to take a target and give yourself a barrier and go, I'm hitting it at that bunker and I'm going to hit it short of it. So instead of over it on it, give yourself something to hit to that you're going to leave it short of, like you're laying up on a par 5. You don't ever swing hard at those shots. Take something, hit it short of it, and see if your tempo doesn't come to you and you start hitting better shots and your practice gets better. Well, that was a big fish, and this is a big club, and I'm going to help you understand how this thing works. Very important that you understand we've got to hit it in a certain place, which is the sweet spot. Yes, but you got to understand what is not the golf club also. So obviously, the hosel, the neck here, this is not the club. Over here, the toe, where there's no scoring lines, right here, this is not the club. So obvious ones are here and here. Let's talk about the less obvious ones. From right here, down to the face, this spot right here, this is not the golf club. This is the end of the club. This is what we call hitting it low in the face. If we hit it thin, we blade it. We're down here towards the last groove on the face. This is not the club, it's the end of the club. Up here, this is not the club either. This is the top of the club. This is dead spot up here. We definitely don't hit it up here. So we're basically looking at a spot about 3 grooves high, right in this zone here, where we might hit it a little in the heel, we might hit it in a little toe, but it's where the sweet spot lives that is actually usable club head hitting space. So know where we want to hit it, and maybe you'll hit it a little more often. Okay, it's time to rise here in the Golf Kingdom, and I'm at one of the coolest features of the course I grew up on, St. Clair Country Club. It's this big, long bridge that you have to cross here on the first hole, and nobody's crossed this bridge probably more than I have playing this course again and again and again. And there's an old saying in golf that says, you can't cross that bridge till you get to it. And you hear it in life too. And it applies in life and golf to the same thing. You can't play that hole and worry about it till you get to it. So on the golf course, we worry about the 6th hole, the 12th hole. Oh my gosh, the 18th hole is so hard. How am I going to play that hole? Well, you know what? You can't worry about the next shot or the next hole till you get to it. And it's the same thing in life. When we confront things in life, we like to overthink and go, oh my gosh, tomorrow I've got that meeting with the boss. He's probably gonna fire me. This isn't gonna go good. So what, you know what? You can't cross that bridge. You can't cross this bridge till you get to it. So keep that in mind when you're playing the game, and keep that in mind when you're in life. Don't cross that bridge till you come to it. I couldn't cross that bridge till I hit my tee shot up on top of the hill. If I hit it down in the valley, I had to take the walk of shame and walk down. So in life and in golf, don't cross those bridges till you get to them, and you'll feel a lot more calm on your day-to-day life and on the golf course. Hard to believe. It's the end again, and it's time for Strano. It's where we recap a couple key things. Let's bring them in. In the first segment, the Build It segment, I talked about the arms yank in. It's like taking a punch, and it makes you stand up. Keep your arms extended through the hit. Then we talked about the first shot and the last shot in mental game. They're the same. Make the first shot and the last shot the same. And then in practice, I said, stop trying to hit it over something, onto something. Hit it short of something to find your tempo. Now, for more Golf Kingdom, be sure to download the Golf Kingdom app. Whether you are on Google or on Apple, go get the app. All the shows are there, the segments are there. You'll have lots of fun interacting with me on the Golf Kingdom app. With Alexa, ask Alexa to download the Golf Kingdom skill. You get a tip from me every day over on the Alexa platform. And as always, jump out on social media. Now, today happens to be the last day. Max Q is here as my producer, cameraman, just crew member extraordinaire. Here's a little tribute to all the fun he and I have had in filming the Golf Kingdom.
God, where is Strano, man? We're ready to start the show.
I am running with scissors. I am running and running.
Rob, go.
Dill pickles.
Did you just cheat?
No.
You just cheated.
No.
Max Q.
Pizza?
No. Max Q.
Torque wrench.
Not the show. Louder, Max Q. I gotta hear you.
I love the Golf Kingdom.
I get in the studio.
Will you stop the complaint?
No.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Let's see who the third vote is. Max Q. You voted for yourself. What are you doing? You voted for yourself. You're off. You're out.
What have you done? What are we gonna do?
Max Q, thank you for your service to the Golf Kingdom. Go back to where you're from.
Thank you, Rob. And thank you, the entire human race. Grandma, I'll be right there.
He gone. No more juggling.